everybody. So a little update for you because there's a lot of you asking. I asked for prayer on my community page because there was much need of it. So thank you, every one of you. I have read your messages. It's just there's so many. I haven't, with what I've got going on, I'm not getting a chance to reply to all of you, but I've taken note of all your comments and your prayers, and thank you. So it's easier for me just to come on and speak so that you can listen, rather than reply to every single one. So I had a little bit of a scare. I was on a Telegram fellowship with brothers and sisters, and I'd been fasting, and some of you, Daniel, Rick, Holly, some others, you've been fasting with me, thank you. But on Tuesday night, whilst I was on this live Telegram chat, the tumour in my breast broke through the skin. I wasn't prepared for that. It caught me off guard, and it scared me. My mum and dad had been staying, and they'd gone home that night, and it happened quite late, so they had to come back and help me. So it's burst through the edge of my breast, and it's leaking this yellow liquid, and there's quite a lot of it. My mum patched me up with dressings. I've been going through 3 a day. It's been leaking through. We just used what we had available in the house. But I needed some help. I didn't get help the following day. I contacted my doctor's surgery, and they wouldn't see me. Or at least they said they'd see me, but they had no dressings to help me with. But ironically, you could go and get your certain thing in the arm if you wanted it. But they weren't there to help someone that needed help. So yesterday I had a lady come round, and she patched me up, but it didn't fully work. So I had to wait till today, this morning, Friday, before I had 2 nurses come out to do the job properly, and they're going to be coming out every day now to help me. So I've got that. So I've got a dressing on it at the moment that seems to be containing the liquid and not having it run out all over me. Just excuse me because I am uncomfortable. I am sore. But I had a particularly bad day yesterday. I got a bit anxious about it. I lost my focus, and I felt quite unwell. My dad sat with me in prayer and asked God's presence, Holy Spirit, to be there with me and take away the anxiety that I was suffering. And today I've been more focused. My mindset's come back. Lord gave me that verse this morning about Peter walking on the water, where he's looking at Yeshua, Jesus, and he takes his eyes off him, and he looks at the storm raging around him, and he starts thinking, well, I sunk yesterday a bit because I was looking and focusing on my affliction of my body more than Yeshua. I can tell you it's hard. I would be lying if I said on it anything different. But my body at the minute is my storm. So I've got to try and remember to keep my focus on him as these times are upon me. And it's the same for every single one of us. We're all going through much spiritual warfare and trials in various ways. It seems to be increasing, intensifying, but we've got to stay focused so we don't lose it. That's what the enemy's trying to do. The devil, he's angry at us, isn't he? He wants us to fail, but we're gonna pick ourselves back up. I've had to do it. So yeah, it's been tough. I'm not gonna say it hasn't. So yeah, I'm just a day at a time. It's not been easy for any of us. My mum, my dad, my children, me. We're going through a right trial, as a lot of us are. But every one of you who are praying for me, fasting, thank you. I do need it, and we all need it. We're there for each other, and it's what we should be doing. I've never experienced the love that I have from every single one of you. So it means a lot. Yeah. I just want you to know that I can feel your love, every one of them. And I've got a family. It's more precious than anything. It's strange, isn't it? You don't feel that love before you know God. And then when you find it in other people, you know that it's real. And I found it with all of you. And I'm so glad. Sorry for getting upset there. Yeah. Love conquers all, doesn't it? Caring, loving, fruits of the Spirit. That's what we've got. Our mourning and our happiness and our whatever we're going through. One suffers, the other suffers. One rejoices, the other rejoices. It's part of the body. It's part of God's family. Yeah. So, going on about the two ladies that came out to me today. Their names were Jackie and Sophia. So they're two district nurses. And I'm going to be seeing them every single day now. Maybe some others in a small team, but they didn't know me. They didn't know my circumstances behind. They knew what's wrong with me, but they didn't know anything that had happened with me. So when they were getting ready to change the dressing this morning and put something proper on, they were asking me what treatment I'm getting. and they couldn't believe that I wasn't on any Western medication treatment. And I told them, I gave them the circumstances surrounding what had happened. And they were okay. But then they asked what pain relief I was on, having seen my whole area. And I'm not on pain relief, really. They were expecting me to be on morphine or something really intense. But I'll be honest, I've taken paracetamol and ibuprofen. Not all the time, but some of the time. And aspirin. And of late I've tried CBD oil under the tongue. But that's it, nothing else. So they were quite astounded that I wasn't taking anything that most people would be taking at this point. And there I'm sat with this breast and this tumour protruding and this all dripping out of me. And their faces are, you're not taking anything. Yeah, they were quite taken aback. And they asked, how am I doing that? And then that gave me the door to say it's because of my faith. Because I believe in my Maker and His Son. And I went in to say that I never believed before, up until 3 years ago, where I experienced His presence and it changed me. And it's brought me to where I am today. Now, I didn't press the issue, I just shared that. And the nurse, Jackie, who was kneeling on the floor next to me, ready to get this dressing on, she actually asked me to tell her what happened. She wanted to know how this presence came to me. So I got to share my testimony with her today. And she listened. Yeah, she had ears to hear. So I've shared my testimony. We're to give an account, aren't we, for the hope that we have. And I did that today. So maybe pray for her and the other lady that by them coming to see me, they might have their eyes opened to the gospel. Give her an open door, isn't it? So we'll see how that goes. But that's good. Not many people actually want to know, do they? But she wanted to know. She listened. She was nice. She was okay. So yeah, there you go. God sent somebody with an open ear. I don't think they were believers, but she was listening. She heard. She could see. So praise the Lord. That could have only been done by Him. So I've had some funny comments from some people. I don't think they fully know my circumstances, but we need to, with a person's words, you can either build someone up or knock them down. They didn't knock me down, but you just have to bear in mind what you say. Be careful about what you say. But anyone that doesn't know or hasn't watched my videos to know why I'm going through this or why I'm asking for prayer. I mean, I believe, okay? I have faith. I have faith to do what I've done. And God's word says that if we have faith as small as a mustard seed, we can move a mountain. I believe that. And all of you that do pray, I believe that we can achieve things through prayer, because God is not a liar. There's no lies in him. He's truth. And his word is truth. And it's written that if we trust and we have faith, it'll be done. Okay, it's according to our Father's will, but if we ask, and he's a healing God, he's a caring God. He's our Father. So he cares for us. He's not going to give us something bad. So I very much firmly believe that asking and you receive. Okay, I'm not getting it at the minute, but it's not going to put me off. I'm going to keep asking, even though things are not looking so great. But he's our present help in a time of trouble. And yes, I'm in a time of trouble, and many of us are. But just because we're not receiving it doesn't mean we give up. We don't stop asking. Prayer is there for a reason. It's there for us to communicate, to ask. Let your requests be known to him. So that's what we're doing. There's nothing wrong with prayer. And there's nothing wrong to gather in fellowship and ask for prayer. You've got to try and build someone's faith, not knock it down. But for those that don't know, I got diagnosed with aggressive breast cancer last June, the 8th of June last year. I'd found a lump in the April time, but it took me till the May to actually go and get it seen to, or at least looked at, and that's what happened. It's what you call a triple negative breast cancer, so it's the worst possible cancer you can get. It's an aggressive one, and my options that day were laid out on me. I was told I had 5 years life expectancy with, if these are the ifs, if I took all the treatment that they wanted me to take, which was chemotherapy, followed by surgery, followed by radiotherapy. And the second if was if it was successful. Now, after prayer and everything my father's shown me about pharmacia and all this stuff going on, he's opened my eyes to this. I was told by him, given instruction, not to take or put in my temple the chemotherapy. So I did not do it. That is why I didn't take it. It is a poison at the end of the day, and some of the side effects that I looked at were horrendous. I mean, you were talking about serious stuff: heart failure, nervous system damage, kidney failure, destroys your immune system, so you contract a cold and that could end up killing you. So it was never going to go in my temple. But I was willing to take or get surgery to have it cut out, a lump cut out, and the affected lymph nodes. But I got treated pretty bad by the NHS and the surgeon that I had, and just so you know, I was refused it. I didn't get the surgery because I was refused. The reason behind that was because I didn't have to tell them, okay? They knew already that I hadn't had any of these things, okay? So They're keeping a record of everybody that has and hasn't and who's had what. They already know. I didn't have to tell them. And I got told that I was a threat to other patients and staff because I wasn't safe. I wouldn't bow to the mandatory things, and I wouldn't do these things that they want to do all the way up here. Let's call it the WEF. They say tested properly. When you find out what properly means, it means deep into your forehead. I wouldn't do that. Not after everything that the Lord had already led me to. So I had to make a decision, but it wasn't a hard one. I was sat in that room and being treated terribly, being told that I was basically, I guess, unclean, unsafe for the staff and the other patients because I wouldn't comply to these things. But that was very wrong. So I chose to obey my father, because how could I possibly, after everything that my father's told me, after everything he's shown me, after all the knowledge he's given me, how could I possibly go and take this or do that the way they wanted me to do it, just to go and get surgery to save my life? There's a bit in the Bible verse, isn't there? Those that seek to save their life will lose it. And those that lose their life for my name's sake will find it. It wasn't a hard decision for me. Yeah, not easy, but I knew what I had to do. And that's where I am, and that's where I stand. So anybody that says, well, why haven't you had surgery? It's not that I didn't want it. I did. But I just couldn't have it. It's the MARK. Whether you like to believe it or not, that's what it is. Because I've been told that it is. I've been shown that it is. So I've been guided to everything I need to know that it is. It's just not in full setup mode yet. But we've seen it come into play over the years. And some parts around the world were worse than others. And it just so happened that in my town and where I live in the UK, those restrictions were in place at that time when I needed to have surgery. So there's coming a day where you'll all be faced to make a choice on whether you want to save your life and take it or not. But I have already had my testing and my trial come upon me, as many others have. Some have lost their lives for it. Some have lost their jobs. It's because it is what it is. There's no two ways about it. So, yeah. I obeyed my father. That's what I did. Yep, I'm suffering. But that's how it is. But I'm not freaking out completely. I have my moments because I'm in the flesh. I'm a human being. I'm a woman. I'm not. I have my fleshly moments where the carnal mind, the worry, the panic gets the better of you. We all do it. I'm no different. So that's it. My situation, so you do know. But I'll just have to deal with whatever is going to happen. I believe I'm not giving up hope. It's not too late and it's not too impossible for Abba to heal. I could wake up tomorrow and it could be completely gone. I'm not losing hope. Yeah, it's hard, but it's a hard trial, but it's a hard path. It's a hard, narrow path, and very few find it. So you have to be willing to give up everything. I have lost practically everything since I came to walk with God. I feel like Job some days. I've lost my husband. He left me. Okay, there were problems before, and that's how the Lord came to me. He used a bad situation and he brought me to him through that bad situation. But 2 years into my faith, my husband left. Because he doesn't like it. I've lost friends. Practically all the people that I knew. I used to declare my faith and the gospel on my business page, my Facebook business page, when I had it at the time. So all the people that I knew a lot of people through my previous employment and things. They're all gone. Don't want to know me anymore. Because I'm walking with my Father. I don't do the things I used to do. I'm not interested. So I've lost all them. I lost my health, which has subsequently lost me my business. I was self-employed. I had my own little cake business, and it was doing okay. Praise the Lord. He let me have a good business when I had it. So I've lost that, and now with the state of my arm and the pain and the swelling, I can't drive anymore. I've lost that. And my husband is trying to take the children away from me. So there's not really much more that the enemy can take from me. So if you're having a hard time, just stop and stay still and focus. Because I can tell you, there's hard and there's hard. And this is hard, but I don't know, the Lord knows me better than I know myself. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's allowing. And trust him. What was it Job said? Though he slay me, I will trust him. We're all gonna, well, not all of us, but most of us, we're all gonna go at some point. So you've got to be willing to stand. Yeshua, he suffered for us. Are you gonna suffer for him? Is that how strong your faith is? It has to be. It has to be. There's no ticket to fly away. It comes at the end. It comes after the tribulation, after the trial. We're going to be here. We're going to be going through it. We are going through it. So you just have to make sure that you're grounded in that faith and you're standing on that cornerstone firmly. Okay? That your faith isn't on the sand, it's on the rock. So I hope, if anything, this suffering that I'm going through, it makes you stronger. If I can go through this, that all I'm going through, you can do it too. So don't give up. And this thing on my wall here, you'll see that it's relatively new. I didn't have it on my wall before. It's about the armor of God. I am the daughter of the King, who is not moved by the world, for my God is with me and goes before me. I do not fear, because I am his. And each and every one of you is his. And we don't fear, even although we may lose our lives. We don't fear, because we know what comes. We've got a new beginning with him, which will be far better than we've got here. And that's what we should hold on to. That's what we've got. That's our hope. So, this canvas, there's a story behind it. I was supposed to have this a year ago. In actual fact, it should have been on my wall a year ago, but the enemy stepped in through my husband. I had ordered one last year, not long after my diagnosis, to put up my wall and give me a lift. Remind me that I'm ours. Remind me to put that armor on every day. And whilst I was away on a holiday, a little break, after getting refused surgery, my husband took delivery of it and got rid of it. And even to this day, he cannot admit what he did. Even although I have the courier photograph with his feet in the door of him taking delivery of it. So the enemy used him to deprive me of the armor picture. And I decided to get another one done. And it arrived a few weeks ago. So it's up on my wall. So the enemy does all sorts of things. Uses people to do terrible things. So that's the story behind the picture on the wall. It's for my benefit, my uplift, to remind me that I'm his, and I gotta put my armor on every day. So that's the update with me. I'm okay, although I am in much discomfort. I'm just taking it a day at a time. And I will be on again when I can. If I don't reply, I'm not ignoring you. I just have so many emails and so many comments. I can't keep on top of them all. But I do read them, and when I get a chance, I will reply. So yeah. Keep strong, and keep your heart and mind set on our Creator, our Father, His Son. God bless you all. Okay, bye.